democracy, isn't it all about the power so that you can use the power, if you use it right, you can keep it for as long as the people are satisfied, Abby? And when the people are not satisfied, there should always be, that's why you call it democracy, Abby. There should be that window where people can say, oh, we don't want you anymore. That is where the Tifnumbu and his gang, that's where they differ. So then, this is our turn. And we are going to spend 8 years, whether you like it or not, whether our policies are for you or not. So you coming together to want to come and take us out is going to be vehemently rejected, kind of. So the right to elect and unelect them, they were supposed to be like lying with the people. People were supposed to be the one to determine whether you are going to be there for 4 years or you're going to be there for 8 years, right? But that's not the reality in that contraption. Do you get that now? It's not, no, it's not. So you want to come back to power. You want to come and chase us away. Did you not just leave power? Eh? Why don't you let us enjoy our own? Why don't you let us run? You are doing a poor job. You are doing an horrible job. People have been subjected to the worst kind of economic, existence ever. So the people who have the choice, they should have the choice of chasing you away. But they don't want that. They're like, no, you can't chase us away. You can't chase us away. We are here now. So we can talk about this in 8 years' time. So if the people survive till then, fine. If they don't, that's not our business. So it's going to be called treasonable felony, right? Challenging Tifnumbu in an election is unacceptable to the APC heart. Here is the man that replaced Doyin Okuigbe when Doyin Okuigbe became compromised as an ex-convict for the Obidients, right? He had this to say, about the Afenifere. And fair enough, they have now appointed Dele Farotimi as the secretary of the Afenifere, by the way. I don't know if you have seen that, right? Now, Osuntokun has this to say about the Afenifere and 2027.
Afenifere, of our own description, is not a socio-cultural organization, it's a socio-political organization. You see, okay. The ambiguity came, when Chief Walolo started Agbemo Odudua. And Agbemo Odudua that one is a socio-cultural. He also founded Afenifere, but people tend to confuse the two. Afenifere, as founded by Chief Awolowo, is actually the political arm of any national party, of any party, right? That they will join, that Afenifere will join. Afenifere, democratic socialism, center of left, center, yeah, So it is actually a political party. Yes, that is the conception of the man who started it. In 1963, he made an address and called anybody who associates Afenifere with the Yoruba people a traitor. That was in his presidential address. That anybody who says that Afenifere is socio-cultural group is a traitor.
Who said that?
Chief Obafemi Awolowo. Go and read his presidential address in 1963.
Presidential address?
Yes, to his party, to AG. So, but the thing is that I keep on saying these things. No, Afenifere is not a socio-cultural organization. The point Well, maybe part of the reason why people get confused is that during the long interregnum of the military in power, all right, you cannot have political parties.
Yes.
So that is the cover under which the politicians of center, of left of center, gather to talk. It becomes effectively, it's a political pressure group.
Yeah.
So they are observing not being seen as a party, but at the same time taking on actually the role that a political party will. So at that period, at periods like that, right, it cannot call itself a party or anything. But also realistically, right, Nigeria's politics is predicated on ethno-regional cleavages. That is the truth. So the dominant party in each of the region will actually look as if this is a Yoruba party. The same way you have Northern People's Congress as a Northern Party, or NCNC as a. So there is also that confusion that parties in Nigeria, tended to almost coincide with those cleavages. So it's one of the reasons why Afenifere tended to be seen as cultural, whatever it is.
All right, that's
now,
good. Yeah.
Omololu is relevant to the appointment of Dele Farotimi completely. The appointment of Dele Farotimi was made by the Afenifere that we have in their Afenifere that he represents. I don't think they even now have a deputy leader or officials.
Are there two Afeniferes?
What?
Are you saying there are two Afenifere?
Well, I mean, those are the people. Two groups make claim to it. So to that extent, you have. I will say my own Afenifere is the authentic one. Somebody at the other side will make the same claim. It's free speech, freedom of association. No law has been violated by saying so, right? So.
Yorùbá sọra wọn di bọ́ọ̀lù báráyé gbá tó bá gbá wọn síwájú wọn tún gbá wọn sẹ́yìn. Oh my God. Anyway, so they have two factions of Afenifere or Afenifebi or Afenifunje and whatever you want to call them. Indeed, it is a political cover. Is right in that regard, okay? It's been like a political cover, not really cultural. And whenever they wanted to have their own share, right, in the political largesse, so they pitched their tents to mostly the ruling party until the last time when the Afenifere had to pitch his tents at Peter Obi, the Obidients, and what have you. And that automatically led to the factionalization of it. The man that was the leader of the Afenifere, who retired because he was too old, Fashioroti, it was like 96, I'd be 97 or something. It was so old that he had to hand over to another very old man, Ayo Adebanjo, who was then like 90 or 92 years as well, all right? So the Ayo Adebanjo in charge of the Afenifere chose to go and endorse Peter Obi. And from retirement, the Tifnumbu and his gang, they went on to go and carry the old man on his sick bed like that. And they dressed him up and they said he should endorse Tifnumbu. So that was why that's why they have to Afenifere right now. So Dele Farotimi is the secretary to one faction, and then they have another faction. It is what they have turned the whole thing into right now. So finally, or maybe semi-finally, I saw this clip from the northern part of Nigeria, and I think I have an idea what it is. Okay. it is not new video. It's an old one. And I think it was during that End Bad Governance protest. So now it's resurfaced, just so people will be reminded the reason why the northern Nigeria will become very hostile to Tifnumbu. And those around Tifnumbu, that's why they will criminalize criticizing Tifnumbu. It's called, they are calling it incitement, inciting the people against Tifnumbu. Down south, a lot of people believe that Peter Obi can go it alone, that the Obidients helped in demystifying these northern votes, northern this and that in your 2023 charade. And so many of them believes that the real Obidients, they are just graduating from secondary school. Some of them are going to turn 18 by 2027. And you are going to see the real Obidients after this, after next year, 2026. So I have a video of Obi visiting a school, and I think I should show you that. Watch this.
Content creator.
He's very good with the young people. You have to give that to him. And also, he's been very generous towards some of these schools. According to him, he said, as much as you are suffering from what is called the brain drain in Nigeria now, where doctors, nurses, medical practitioners are leaving Nigeria in droves, and then leaving the country with a shortage of that sort of expertise. Now, he has given out more than 1.5 billion naira since after your 2023 charade. All right. And this money were given to mostly to schools. I'm talking about schools for, the nursing schools, medical colleges, this and that. He has been giving money to some of these schools, and he said he is investing in what he believes will be the needed, resources in the future, like the medicals and all that. Anyway, I am going to call it a night. Okay. I hope I see you again tomorrow. And until then, remember, okay, the breakup of Nigeria is a task that must be done. Remember that. As you go to bed tonight, call your children. Tell them the breakup of Nigeria is a task that must be done. From the north to the south, from the west to the east, back to the middle belt. The peaceful breakup of that contraption is a task that must be done. Keeping this contraption together is like trying to sustain a weapon that is fashioned against us. If you go to church every Sunday, or you go to bed every night to pray against the weapon fashioned against you, just remember that the physical one, that is the weapon fashioned against you, is this contraption. Before you become its victim, because we are all like awaiting victims. The survivors of yesterday, they are the victims of today. The survivors of today, they are the potential victims of tomorrow. And to those of you who have survived yesterday, today, hopefully you will survive tomorrow. As you go to bed tonight, call your children, call your siblings, that the peaceful breakup of this contraption is a task that must be done. Thank you very much, and good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun Diary, Diary Politico.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube. sọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Ayé sọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Ayé sọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Ayé sọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Ayé sọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Ayé sọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.